Crebilly makes my horses to follow because I think he is quite nicely handicapped off a mark of 143. Now, he'll stay over fences, I imagine, this season, but it actually wouldn't totally surprise me if they dropped him back to hurdles. The reason for that is not because he's well handicapped over hurdles off 138, but because I think they might save him for returning for the plate, which they were very unlucky in last year. They finished second behind Shake 'em Up Harry. He ran well, but he didn't jump particularly well at all. Stayed on strongly after the last, and the race reports actually suggest he did well in the circumstances. That came off a mark of 140. I think if he'd run kind of to his ability, or if he'd jumped a lot better, I think he would have won that quite comfortably, and he would have won that better than just a £3 rise. I think they stepped him up to Aintree, just seeing if he stayed 3 miles. He didn't, which means they'll drop him back to 2.5. I imagine we might see him in all of those races, like the Paddy Power Chase, the December Gold Cup, and if things don't quite go to plan in those races, he'll end up dropping in the handicap and turning back up at Cheltenham for the plate off a similar mark to what he is now, or even lower if he doesn't run particularly well in those races over the winter. But I do think he'll be aimed at those, and I think he's one that it'll be tempting to back him in all of them, to be honest, up to and including Cheltenham, because I think there is a race in him. He just needs to sort his jumping out. But some of his form is actually very good, including when he beat Tamuras over 2.5 mile, and he beat Trelawn that day as well. I mean, I think Trelawn is very well handicapped. Tamuras is a Grade 1 winner, and Crebilly beat them. And I really like Crebilly. I think he's not found his mark. 2.5 mile, give him another couple of runs over fences, and he will win a feature handicap. It's whether it's en route to the Cheltenham Festival, or whether, because it's JP McManus, we might see him actually continually running over 3, disappointing, dropping over hurdles, getting fitness, and then turning up at Cheltenham off this 143 mark or lower, and going off a very short price favourite. Crebilly is definitely one that can win a handicap this year.